These cookies are a win-win-win. You get your house smelling like the holidays, you get a really pretty ornament, and you get a really sweet treat. Let me show you how. Don't get intimidated by all of these spices and ingredients because it's super easy and it's gonna be so good. So first, we're gonna put our butter in there, brown sugar, and we're gonna cream it. While that's happening, I'm just gonna crack my egg. Okay, so I think it's creamed enough, and now we're gonna add our molasses. Every gingerbread recipe calls for molasses because it gives it a chewier texture and really helps enhance that gingerbread taste. And now I'm going to add my egg, and you really want to make sure that you get these edges scraped down so that it's mixed in well before adding your dry ingredients. I like my gingerbread cookies to be super gingery. That was our salt, cinnamon, ground nutmeg, ground clove, and a lot of ginger and baking soda. Now I'm just gonna whisk these in together. All right, now we're gonna be adding our dry ingredients. All right, so now we're just gonna knead the dough together, and we're gonna refrigerate it for 1 to 2 hours. It's much easier to roll out your cookies when the dough's a little bit harder. All right, so now we're gonna get started by rolling out our dough. It's nice and refrigerated, so it's gonna be much easier to work with. And I like to get about 1/3 of this dough. I just cut into it. We're using powdered sugar so that the dough is not sticky. So I'm gonna be using plastic wrap to roll out my gingerbread so it doesn't stick. It's a good size. And this is what you do to make things easy. You'll see why. We're gonna do about 1/4 inch. So the reason that I'm using the plastic wrap is so that we're not putting powdered sugar on top of our dough, because when they bake off, we want them to be nice and clean to decorate them. And at the end, I'm gonna put the little holes on them. It smells like ginger and molasses. So now I'm gonna poke these holes in with the skewer. When you bake these, the hole might close a little bit, but that's fine. We have a little guide here. So now we're gonna bake them at 350 degrees, 8 to 10 minutes if you like a chewy cookie, 10 minutes if you like crunchier. So these are fresh out of the oven and cooled, so now we can start the really fun part, icing. So remember, you gotta bend down low and get real close, have a steady hand. I use my left hand for guidance. This one might be too pretty to eat. It might have to be an ornament. See, we have our design, and we're gonna dip it in sugar. I feel like these are the fanciest gingerbread cookies anybody can possibly make. And you don't have to dip all of them in the sugar. I'm actually gonna leave this one the way it is because I think it's really pretty. So don't let the piping technique intimidate you. I've been doing this for a long time. I wasn't good the first time I tried, but you only get better. And honestly, it's the thought that counts. These are so fun to make, and anybody will appreciate you making them gingerbread cookies. So now that our piping is set, we're just gonna add a little twine so you can hang your ornaments. Okay, and we have our hole. We're just gonna put it through. Our holes are big enough, so that's great. This is the way I like to tie them. Evenly wrap them around your finger. So here we have it, guys, our beautiful snowflake gingerbread cookies. You can eat them or hang them up as ornaments to admire the beautiful pieces of art that you just made. Happy holidays!